Oh boy, this is a big episode, folks, so take a seat, break out the sangria, or if you're a baby, get your mommy to buckle up your booster seat, because this is some high octane, full speed ahead. Before we get too excited, let's get the housekeeping out of the way. What the heck is this series all about? It's about a guy who had it all. The girlfriend. Great job. All extended editions of the Lord of the Rings trilogy on Blu-ray. But without a Blu-ray player, I don't want to talk about it. And a pair of Uggs that he found at Value Village for only $18. I mean, to be fair, they were Target's knockoff edition, and they were a women's size 12, but you can't, if you just hide the part on the back that's like got the pink going around the logo, you can't even tell. It's pretty unisex if you ask me. These boots really did put the value in Value Village. Life was good, and yet, deep down in the back of his mind, he knew he wasn't completely fulfilled. Because he learned at a very young age, while getting roasted by all of his friends for not being able to join their rune armor only clan, that the true measure of a man comes from their overall combat level in RuneScape. And so, 16 years after I first played RuneScape, I have returned. The guy in the story was me, by the way. Whoa, I know, it's crazy. And I have come back to finish what was set in motion all those years ago. The dream of achieving level 2,277 overall, aka level 99 in every skill. Do I know what I'm doing? Not at all. But with the help of you guys, I believe we're gonna get this thing. And to be clear, I am using the Wikipedia as little as possible for this series because I think it's more fun for everyone if I try to figure out some shit on my own. Alright, let's jump into episode 5. Is that the right episode? I've only released 5 of these. What have I been doing? Alright, we're picking up in Slayer where we left off in the last episode. I had just met Konar for the first time after receiving advice from another player that Konar's tasks equal cash money. But I think this player overlooked just the small fact that Konar tasks equal no cash money. But aside from that, they were on the mark. I'm saying they were 0% on the mark. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, we're just gonna blaze through these Slayer tasks because, well, I don't want to fluff my own ego because I think people that do that really just need a reality check like, honey, you are not all that. Unless you're me, dude. I killed so much shit, I didn't even blink an eye. They would come to learn that this was factually incorrect. First up, I got a task to kill Kelphite, which involved me accessing a cave deep in the bowels of El Kourend. Now, to be honest, I forgot to record this next part, but I got to El Kourend and knew I had to keep going south past the castle. What happened was I got to this dead end called the Shantai Pass, which requires me to buy a $5 ticket to get through, which is where I assumed I'd find these Kelphites. Now, frankly, I bought the ticket, but I didn't feel too great about having to break the bank like this for my first task with Konar. Our business relationship was definitely affected. And before you say I'm being dramatic, you need to realize that with the high stakes activities that I partake in, my money is constantly on the line, so every dollar counts. I got to what I assumed was the cave as it was marked on the map, but I couldn't enter it. Turns out I needed a rope, and thanks to another player giving me theirs, I was able to make my way down into the cave. These guys are nothing. Yeah, keep trying to headbutt me. No wonder you're so dumb. You are witnessing the bottom of the evolutional tadpole, ladies and gentlemen. This bozo has just gone to sleep while her idiot brother thinks his brain is a form of weaponry. Okay. It took me a while to realize I was getting poisoned. I didn't even know getting poisoned was a thing in this game. And yo, this poison, bro, it was like all the deep throating I've done on cyclones over the past 2 decades couldn't have prepared me for the fucking these creatures gave me. Their poison was so bad that I had to like sprint out of there, which was awkward because I ran right past the guy who helped me get down here in the first place. Once again, he was super nice. He gave me some anti-poisons, but what he did not realize is he could give me all the anti-poison in the world, but that doesn't change the fact that I have like half a health point left. I was trying to like explain what happened to him so I looked less bad, and I kept trying to pin it on the poison, but I kept calling it Huswan. So I just decided to leave before I made myself look like more of a jackass. I come back and cozy up next to this guy because me seeing someone wearing a fire cape in RuneScape is the real life equivalent of seeing a girl with their titties hanging out. Cause either way, I'm gonna be walking up to these individuals and sticking my sweaty ass hands out and being like, hi, I'm Goose, I like your assets. I mean, what's your name? I'm just kidding. Babe, if you're watching this, I am just kidding. I'm so cringy when I start socializing though. I start talking to this guy like I'm his therapist. I'm like, oh honey, getting that fire cape must have been so hard on you. If I could have, my awkward ass probably would have patted him on the shoulder as well. And obviously he'd be like, boundaries, man, fuck! He told me that there is no way I'm gonna pull off getting this cape without better range, because my range is 32, it's depressing. So I'm gonna start working on that really soon. I finished this task, cashed it in, and I got 2 brimstone keys, which specifically dropped from Slayer tasks for Konar. And oh snap, is Goose about to become rich? It's happening! It wasn't. I finished this video with not even half of my money. Keep watching. Next up was Fire Giants. Literally, this task was so depressingly boring that I only recorded like 40 seconds of it. That and my girlfriend and I just had our 5-year anniversary, and it turns out even quarantine dates can result in like 20 gigabytes of photos, which instantly get deposited onto my PC because my phone's like, what the fuck, dude? Do you guys notice that, like, after a date, you guys are just going through the photos together and 90% of them are just of her? It's like she's throwing me a bone by taking a shot with me and then she follows it up with 50 pics of herself. But the scariest part is what comes after, which is an extensive elimination process where she narrows down the photos to the ones she thinks are the most Instagram worthy. Now this phase is a minefield, guys, because I'm just standing there getting my bed set up on the couch while she's simultaneously asking me if I think photo A is better than photo B, and then assuming I make it past the first round, I'll always get caught in the second round when she'll be like, okay, well, is selfie A better than selfie C? 100% of the time, I'm sleeping on the couch.
Joke's on her though, when she gets angry I find it a turn on.
Slayer 3. Before I got this one going, I hit the Grand Exchange because Goose was a cash magnet. Once again, this didn't last, but at this point I was like, oh my gosh, my viewers are gonna be so impressed. Next up was Black Dragons. Now let me tell you something, I ain't no bitch. Unless I see another dragon task. I wasn't ready for more anal today. I prepared for this dragon's task the best way I knew how. Throw money at this with complete disregard to my already sad situation. I headed over to Taverley because Konar was like, I need you to go over to Taverley. I love a woman who knows what she wants. Point subtracted though for her hair looking like the Pepto-Bismol I have to take after Tuesday taco night. There were 2 dungeon icons in Taverley, and because I never get it right the first time, I got screamed at by a door for trying to go where I don't belong. I attempted the south dungeon and this seemed more promising. By the way, RuneLite really shoves the importance of agility into your face. I am tired of seeing these yellow boxes everywhere. Our next to level 99 perhaps. I made my way through this cave, and luckily for me, the path was pretty linear. A little less lucky was the gate blocking the way to the part of the cave where the dragons were. I had to look this up on Wikipedia because, like, what if I needed a quest to open this door? What if that big-ass monster I ran into in the last episode, level 700 looking ass, was who I needed to kill for this key? Who knows what I needed to do? RuneScape's a crazy game, man. Apparently, I needed to invade the Black Knight key, kill a jailer, get the key, and then not let the guy go. Just talk to him, and then leave him there. I mean, to be fair, this guy's looking at his rescuer that is a level 97, millions of XP, and I'm homeless. The housing market is ruthless in this game, in the sense that I don't know how to enter it. And even if I did, I'm pretty sure I'd only have enough money for like a mailbox. Which is fine, because then I can receive fan art from all my adoring fans. I'm pretty confident all of you look like this. I got through the gate and made my way to the farthest end of this tunnel to find these dragons. Once again, there was some serious miscommunication between RuneScape and my combat level, because these guys were level 227. Are you kidding me? So I do my usual routine. Overdose on clinically untested medication. Summon the power of whatever weird-ass god RuneScape has. I mean, why do we have to bury bones to get in touch with this guy? The RuneScape gods do not give a shit about dogs, dude. And that's why they're all so miserable. It's because we keep burying the only shit that they can play with. Because we have no choice, because of the RuneScape gods. You see what I'm trying to say. I completed the task, once again with next to no health left. This happens like every time, but the good news is, for once I didn't need to leave and come back, because I brought $250,000 worth of prayer potions. I returned to Konar, took my next bounty. Bounty sounds way cooler than task, by the way. That was a missed opportunity. I got fire giants again, but I had to kill them in the cave of the mountain I'm currently on. Oh my gosh, I said to myself, finally a task that's super easy to get to.
Human.
Peasant. My presence is not desired? Are you fucking kidding me? I have 16,000 subscribers and make $60 a month off of YouTube, buddies. Okay, where are these guys at? Ooh, bingo. The heat of the ground at this point will burn. Yeah, whatever, mama didn't raise no bitch. See, it ain't even nothing, bro. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I can't go back down the stairs because I need to keep eating. Oh my gosh, dude. Wikipedia. Fancy meeting you here. Help. I found out I need to wear a certain type of boots so my feet would not burn from the ground. Back to the Grand Exchange. After realizing the granite boots were the only tradable boots, I decided I'd buy these boots, finish the task, rush back, and sell them so I don't risk the price dropping. The boots worked. The giants died. Goose happy. The granite boots were still the same price on the exchange. Life was good. Life was suspiciously good. I get another Calphite task. I'm already getting repeats. Are you serious? These Calphites needed to be killed in a specific cave though, so I thought it might just be an extension of the Calphite cave I already visited. We are where I assume the task cave starts, but there's some big mamas in the way. But thanks to my intense athletic capabilities, we're gonna fly past. We're not just gonna look inside that entrance, we're gonna penetrate it with 7 feet of man. Easy money, boys. Wow, okay, there's more of them. What? Stealth maneuvers, re-engage. Nope, never mind, I'm out of sprint. Oh shit. Oh shit! What is that thing? Oh no. No. I'm out of sprint, dude. I'm poisoned. Oh no. Steroids, PEDs, pop it all off. Oh fuck. Inject faster. Oh thank gosh. Oh shit, I forgot about these assholes. Apparently there's a completely separate Calphite cave like 30 feet away. Fuck you, Konar. This next task is when things started going really downhill. Up until this task, Slayer has been a cakewalk. Black Demons, abbreviated BD. Now, if you move this shape upwards, add the same shape below it, and then rotate this marker 90 degrees, the result is BBC, which is what it feels like I took from doing this task. Konar the Untrustworthy tells me how these demons are susceptible to magic damage. Great, I said to myself, I can train my magic now. I'm gonna do this tactic that even the RuneScape vets probably aren't too aware of, and I like to call it strategic pussboying. The way this works is I place myself in a spot that monsters can't reach me, like right here. Okay, no, he can reach me here. Let's try here. See, now he can't get me. Oh no. Okay, this gap right here, it's too narrow for him to fit. Oh, come on! There we are. And now you know how to be a strategic puss boy. But despite having a game plan, I got stomped. First off, these demons have 160 HP. And I would come to learn quickly my hardest hitting magic spell did a maximum of 16 damage, even with a magic potion. So even if I somehow landed every attack as a 16, it would take 10 hits to take these guys down. As you can imagine, each of these kills took several minutes. To make matters worse, my strategy, which I'll abbreviate to SPing, was super wonky in this cave. Sometimes the demon would start backing up until he was super far away just for him to de-aggro, and another demon would aggro onto me, making it so I couldn't attack the demon I had already done a ton of damage to. And of course, some guy with this cannon that I keep seeing all over the damn place has to come along and set up shop right next to me. It's like, I know you saw me, buddy. I know you saw me hiding in this corner, and you still put your shit there anyways. Oh my gosh, yes, please die, please die. You're so close. It's okay. I'll take care of your stuff. Go into the light, my man. It's okay. Shh. It's okay. And then disaster struck. I made the mistake of going AFK, and I'm guessing one of these stupid ass demons I was attacking did that thing where they back up, so I probably ran out of my safe spot and straight into the arms of another black demon. I came back to my character chilling at Lumbridge, and I was like, oh wow, this is relaxing. Why am I at Lumbridge? I was so stressed the last time I was playing. Oh, Run. Oh no! I hauled ass back, hoping that no player had claimed my goods. It was still there. I was almost a little insulted. And top all this off with death runes costing a ton of money, and I had to go through about 3,000 of them to finish this task because of the amount of zeros I was landing, which meant I had to keep going back to the Grand Exchange because I didn't want to spend so much on these runes, so I kept underestimating how much I'd need. And lastly, all 160 something kills took me about 10 hours, so I was pretty ticked off. I was pretty fucking ticked off, dude. Okay, mama, what do we got next? What do we got? Bronze Dragon. No! Okay, this task actually had the potential to go well, but I made the mistake of trying to do it while at my girlfriend's place. And her internet, I swear, her internet it's got attitude, bro. It always cuts out at the worst times, without fail. It's like, oh, you want to accomplish something today, huh? Oh, you want to submit that assignment, huh? Oh, someone think they're gonna complete a task easy peasy, huh? It always dies, like right when I'm about to finish uploading a file or I'm doing something important in a game. And guess what happened here? It cut out again! While I'm in the middle of getting a train run on me by 3 separate dragons. 30 minutes later, I'm able to get back into game and I'm thinking, okay, I died, it's fine, because I'm pretty sure last time I died, there was a timer for how long my stuff could be picked up and a flashing red arrow like, head this way to get your stuff back. But I logged into the game and there was no arrow. I'm nervous, right? I quickly hit the Grand Exchange to rebuy my gear because worst case scenario, it's gone, but I still need to protect myself from the dragon gangbang. And best case scenario, I pick it all up and just sell off what I just bought. I get back, it's gone. I can literally hear her internet router laughing at me. I am paranoid this thing is trying to kill me. I'm like, babe, why is your router laughing at me? She looks me dead in the eyes and is like, listen, honey, I don't give a shit if weed is legalized here. You better not be coming up in my place with that dank stank coming off your breath, getting all paranoid in my house. And I'm looking at her like, why aren't you understanding me? Your fucking internet hates me. 3 million worth of items gone. All that money I made from that guy from the last episode, had to spend it on new gear. But I was getting low on cash once again, so I decided to just get a dragon scimitar instead of the obby sword. We have literally returned to episode 1 of this series in terms of my armor. Screw Slayer, I'm out, I'm done. It's time to work on the Nightmare Zone. So my people in the clan chat informed me that I needed to get King Rolled and the Sand Snake for NMZ if I want maximum gains. But this quest required 35 runecrafting. That's nothing, I said to myself. Okay, so years ago I played RuneScape 3. This is important because from what I remembered of runecrafting in RuneScape, it was like you teleport to some floating dreamscape where you just run around collecting runes via your essence. I was hoping I was right, but I wasn't. Oh my gosh, runecrafting is so bad. This is the only skill I've trained so far where I am constantly looking at my XP count to see how much I need to the next level, and I had to take constant breaks from playing just to make it through this. So I started runecrafting by purchasing an air talisman from the Grand Exchange. By using the right-click locate function, it only took me about 4 hours to find the stone that would let me make air runes, and it was just outside Falador. A lot of skills in RuneScape are like, once you get the ball rolling, the XP starts flying in. In runecrafting, the ball never rolls. It's like trying to push a ball filled with sand. So say it's like even 1/3 full of sand, it's still never gonna gain momentum because the sand will just stay perfectly at the bottom of the ball. It's just science. I got sick of running between depositing the runes in the bank and bringing the essences to the altar real fast. It's so funny that the game that makes me sit on my ass the most is the one that's constantly showing me the disadvantages of not being physically fit. I got to level 9 and started doing earth runes. To track down the earth altar, I brought the talisman and decided to head along one axis at a time until the talisman told me the direction flipped. So say it says go northeast. I'd wait until it switches and then says go southeast. And then I know I'm like perfectly aligned with this altar, right? I just need to run east. The earth altar was just outside of Varrock. Did a little back and forth and decided once I hit a total level of 950, I'd switch over to fire runes. AKA, I just needed 5 more levels of runecrafting. I eventually got the fire talisman and it led me right into Kourend. I find this place, whip up some fire runes, and spend the next grueling 10 levels walking between the altar and the dual arena bank. To give you an idea of how long ago I last played this game, guys, this place is where the party was at back in my heyday. I'm so fucking old. I hit level 24 and it's at this point where I'm like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I decided I needed a tempo change. Questing is the answer. This is where I'll get my XP for runecrafting. Wow, Goose, what a great idea. I love this game. I go to start this quest by talking to the Red Wizard in the wilderness. One of those words did not sound right. After some searching, I find him. He tells me he doesn't want to talk here because it's safer in Varrock. Well, no shit, buddy. Then like, why are you even here? Fake confidence is so unattractive. So as time progressed while I was looking for this place, the details on the whereabouts of this guy got pretty muddled. At first I was looking for him in Varrock, but then my homie hit me up and I was like, hey homie, where is this guy? And he told me there's this temple, right, that could be fast traveled to via a burning amulet. I was like, wow, that's great. Life is so easy when you just ask the right people. I don't want to get into details, but he is no longer my friend. I wasn't taking chances no more. Wikipedia, what's up, girl? It turns out I was like 5 feet away from this place before I was deceived by my own amigo. Quest officially initiated. Now, despite it taking me 20 minutes to even find the guy to kick this thing off, the quest was actually really easy. Essentially, you know, this guy's one of Zamorak's many bitches. Zamorak's got harems of guys looking just like this all over the damn place. Now, I'm not one to judge. I stumbled across Rule 34 the other day, looked up RuneScape, just wanted to see what happened. And if I can be honest, I'm kind of worried I ruined the game for myself. That was some fucked up shit. Now, it's good to be smart about these quests, guys, because I knew Rune Mysteries was a prerequisite to this quest, and in a stroke of intellectual brilliance, I thought, hey, maybe I can read the quest notes for Rune Mysteries and find out who I need to talk to teleport me to Rune Essenceville. And 2 targets emerged from the text, Aubrey and a wizard from the wizard's tower. Oh, Aubrey's right next door. Oh, there's a teleport button if you right-click on Aubrey. Isn't that curious? Boom, we're in. 1 tango down, man. Boom boom! 2nd tango down, man. Now, the 3rd tango could have been anybody. Thousands of NPCs to go through, so little time. Let's get started. Just kidding, I used the Wikipedia again, I'm not proud about it. Went to our dune, made my way over to the first arrow icon I saw on the map, and behold, the 3rd tango. I teleported to the rune place, quick teleported out back to Varrock, talked to the quest giver in Varrock, and just like that, boys and girls, I completed another quest. At this point, I got back into runecrafting because, as I mentioned, I thought the Enter the Abyss quest would allow me to access the Abyss, that was from RuneScape 3, but I thought was from Old School Runescape. So I run out to the Red Mage so he can teleport me to this place, and you can imagine my surprise when it looked nothing like RuneScape 3's runecrafting area. I might have just had a stroke, but we're just gonna keep going. I still had no idea idea that this place I was thinking of was not even from this version of RuneScape. So when I get dropped into what looks like the whale's stomach from Pinocchio, I'm like, what? No, something went wrong. This ain't right. After running around like an idiot and being foolish enough to think that any of these guys would help me out, I'm getting nervous, right? Because there's this skull over my head, and because this demon's belly I've been spat into is full of aborted fetuses crawling around on the ground, I eventually make it through one of these cracks to discover there are a bunch of portals that lead to mysterious places. Oh, now I'm about to get to that place I was thinking of. Fire Rift, let's do it. Nope, it just teleports me to the one back in Kourend. I'm ticked off. I looked this up. I'm like, why the tits? Can't I get into this cool dreamy abyss world? And that's when I find out it's in a completely different game. Shit. So I noticed that all these players making fire runes keep teleporting out of here. I assume they're teleporting back to Edgeville, re-entering the abyss, and accessing the fire altar that way. I start doing the same thing because I'm like, I hate running back and forth to the dual arena bank.
I'm done with that life, cuz. I just want to take care of my little cholos. I don't want to be gangbanger no more, man. I'm just gonna put the mic back down. I'm like licking this thing.
I also know that since I'm level 25 runecrafting now, I can get a medium pouch, and they drop off of monsters in the abyss. Obviously, I'm gonna need gear for this, but it's, can't be expensive. I can't risk losing any more money. So I buy myself a modest set of steel armor. But at the same time, you know how this series goes. We're running in style. We can't risk one of my many fans, seeing me running around in peasant armor. Are you kidding me? Gold trim, baby. Let's get this. I run in, guns blazing. And I'm gonna be like, chicka chicka swat swat. Sword swings, monsters, die. Maybe 1,000 kills later, and I obtain a medium pouch. Next, I hit the Grand Exchange and buy 100 rings of dueling. At this point, I'm suspecting that what players are doing is using this ring of dueling to transport from the fire altar to the entrance of the duel arena, and then run to the bank, and then use the ring of dueling to transport to the entrance again, and run into the altar, rinse and repeat. But as I kept doing this method, I started realizing all these guys are still teleporting out here and getting back to the fire altar way faster than me. And I haven't seen any of them come to this duel arena bank, so I'm like, what am I missing here? Man, I just want to find one noob in this game who's doing the exact same dumb shit I'm doing and running alongside me to the duel arena bank. And like, our sprint runs out at the exact same time, so we're both now just walking, and he's like, I feel you, bro. And then we just kind of bond over this noobiness and become best friends. That'd just be such a sweet story. But wait, maybe I don't want that, because I think I figured out what's going on. I used this dual ring to teleport to Castle Wars to get to Yanil to get to the NMZ in a previous episode. But there's a bank chest at Castle Wars. I used the telly and I found these bitches. This method was so much faster than what I was doing, and the XP started coming in much faster. It was still painfully slow, but to put it in simpler terms, it's like a lot of the sand got removed from the ball. After a few hours, I finally was able to do the quest to get King rolled for NMZ, called What Lies Below. Alright, if you guys haven't seen other episodes, what I do before questing is I look at the Wikipedia for the items it recommends I bring so I can avoid tons of unnecessary running around. But after that, I don't use the Wikipedia to help unless I'm like really stuck on something for ages. So on that note, I grabbed what I needed from the Grand Exchange for What Lies Below. This quest started outside of Varrock. A homeless man became even more homeless because some outlaws stole his junk, so I needed to go get it. I find these outlaws thanks to the homeless man telling me exactly where they are. I collect 5 of his documents off of the cold, dead corpses of these absolute noobs. It's not enough for this guy. I will never call my girlfriend needy again after dealing with these quest-giving divas. I am forced to converse with a wizard in Varrock Castle, who tells me something about converting chickens into gold bars or some shit. The details are a little hazy. And before I can tell this guy,
take your offer and shove it where the sun don't shine,
my dumbass character just answers for me, so now I'm like roped into helping Mr. Wizard. He wants me to go to a chaos temple. Wow, these guys love their chaos temples. And now I truly believe that the chaos temple north of Falador is like the temple. I know it. I can't be wrong this time. And there's nothing to do when I get here. I'm at the wrong place again, aren't I? And listen, how many of these temples do you need? Like, at what point do you just say, let's save some money. Let's not install this temple out here. Because we got like 5 others. It's very impractical spending if you ask me. I try and at least take some wine with me before I leave because this guy needs some alcohol, okay? And apparently Zamorak loves his wine because all of his followers bring their dress-wearing asses over to start attacking me. Please. If these are the guys fighting for Zamorak, I can see why the wizard in the last quest was so worried. It then hits me that this is a rune crafting type of quest What if it's asking me to find the Chaos Altar? Back into my gold trim steel armor, back into the wilderness, followed by the abyss. I'm getting attacked from all angles by the abyssals while I'm trying to get to the center, but like I can't fit through this hole. It keeps telling me I'm not agile enough to fit through it, but it's like, let's call it what it is, okay? I'm too fat to get through the passage. This virus isolation hasn't been good to my bodily dimensions. I find another entrance to the center of the abyss that is more accommodating of chunkier physiques. Go through the Chaos Rift, get to the altar. I use the wand on the altar, boom, bring it back to the wizard. He gives me some notes. I don't even give a shit, honestly. I don't even know what's going on in this quest. These guys are keeping me in the dark all the time. I feel very used. Finally, someone tells me something. This guy is the head of the Varrock secret police. I just handed that wizard what he needed for essentially world domination, as he can use it to control the king of Varrock. And let's be real here. Varrock is like the Beverly Hills of RuneScape. The characters that live here, their lives are like the only ones that really matter. You know what I mean? I am told to talk to Zav, the man who sells distaffs. And my first question for him wanted to be, did your parents know you were gonna own a staff shop when they named you? He told me he'd help me foil the wizard's plan, and that's what we did. The wizard still tried converting King Rold, but I beat the shit out of him so bad he came right out of that spell. And the best part is the secret head of Varrock police finishes the quest by saying, you know, we'll let the wizard stay, but I'll just keep an extra eye on him. Like, what, bitch, what was the point of this whole quest then? Next up was Client of Kourend. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, these next two quests were super easy and therefore a little super boring. Client of Kourend was definitely like the introduction quest they put in place when they released the Kourend region to get people caught up on the reputation system across the different factions. So I pretty much had to visit 5 different general stores in 5 different areas, as the factions are split up into different towns, and this general store NPC would give me the rundown of what the benefits of repping with that faction are. It was just, so much running, guys. Like, I could be Lance Armstrong, doing this quest with a bicycle and injecting illegal substances into my butt cheeks for optimal performance, and I'd still have trouble with this quest. I'm beginning to understand why there are no horse mounts on Gailanor. These horsies had like a meeting at their round table, obviously, and they were all like, first order of business. I don't know how these Europeans roll their tongues like that, but that just wreaked havoc on my entire system.
First order of business. RuneScape wants mounts in their game.
And then these horsies, you know, still gathered around their table. They're looking at how much running is involved in all these quests, and they're like,
Whoa, this is a bit much, even for us.
After I talked to all faction store owners, I had to find a dark altar to activate some orb for the quest giver, Theos. And a big surprise, I had trouble finding this altar too. And, you know, frankly, the amount of altars and temples I've had to deal with these past few quests is, it's beginning to piss me off. After visiting the wrong altar yet again, I'm like, okay, how on earth am I gonna find this damn oh, it's right there. I take the orb up to this altar, do my jazz hands on it, and it's good to be returned to Vios. I get back to this poor old man and hand him his orb, and as I hand it to him, I whisper into his ear,
Hey, if you think arthritis is bad, just wait till I break your kneecaps if you don't give me my motherfucking quest for what?
Final quest, Depths of Despair. I paid a little visit to Hasidius so I could powwow with my boy, Lord Hasidius. He told me how his son has tragically gone missing, and all he wants is for his son to be brought home. His pain discernible as his makeup was running down his face. And I'm just thinking, like, how do you lose your son, man? Like, how did you lose an entire grown adult human being? Like, what? Someone needs to supplant this dum-dum, because I don't imagine it would be that hard, to be honest with you. I got in touch with Chef Olivia, one of the servants of the house. She informs me that her and the son have struck up a relationship, and that he confided in her his interest in a document that he believed he'd learn about at the Arceus Library. And onward we went. After talking to one of the library's keepers, I had to locate a book called The Envoy of Varlamore. You know, I'll be searching direction, and I found it. And then I read it. Learned that getting to Land's End was the play to make, because this guy likely is in a cave out there somewhere. According to the map, if I look up Land's End, the woodcutting guild is smack in the middle of it. So I use my skills necklace and just surf the coastline, and I'll be able to find this place easy peasy. And I don't want to spoil anything, but that's exactly what happened. I get down into this cave, and guess what I find? I mean, yeah, I find the idiot's son and kill the sand snake and get this document that was getting thirsted on by this guy way harder than Chef Olivia is. But this cave was a little haven full of sand crabs, man. I mean, I act like I couldn't give less of a shit about these sand crabs. But who am I kidding, man? I love me some sand crab, bro. These guys were a big part of my journey.
I missed you so much.
Back to Lord Hasidius, quest done. We hit the NMZ immediately after. Oh my gosh, the XP flew. Bam, bam, bam. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh no, he did it. Oh no, he did it. First ever level 99 achieved. And finally, the series comes to an end. I just want to thank all of you guys for being a part of this, man. I know I said I was going to get 99 and everything, but I don't know, I'm good. Like, I'm content with this strength cape. Wow, what an amazing journey. Take care, guys.
JK lol, you think you can get rid of me that quick? Are you kidding me? No, not a chance. I looked at this insane, ridiculous, unbelievably amazing accomplishment and felt no joy because I've been level 99 strength the whole time in real life, both body and mind, which are both now impenetrable fortresses, I guess. I just needed RuneScape to validate it, and now it has. You guys thought I was obnoxious before level 99 strength? Just wait, it's gonna get so much worse. I'm so self-absorbed and I love it.
Alright, thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please hit that like button and that subscribe button if you enjoyed this shit. Because guess what, boys and girls? We're gonna be back for more, and I'm sure you guys are gonna want to be on this train.
Choo-choo, and we're about to leave the station.
I also did open up a Patreon, so please consider checking that out. It essentially allows people to donate some pocket change to me, and my hope with the Patreon is that at some point I can switch over to doing YouTube full-time and get videos out a lot faster. Can't really justify doing this full-time right now as YouTube pays me like $3 on a video with like 10,000 views. It's like, this content creation thing is not the fame and glory and extreme levels of wealth that I thought it would be. To be honest, I'm a little choked. Shout out to the homies that have become Patreon subscribers. Let me read this list, there's so many of you. ATD Hella Ramen, Ivan Mendoza, Sam Livingston, Santeri, and Tariq Bird. That's all of them. That's fine though, I don't give a shit, because Goose only has so much love to give out. And I'm happy I get to chop it up like a little cheesecake and give it to these guys. Open up your damn mouth, baby girl, I'ma feed you some cheesecake. You guys are absolute animals, I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna start making these episodes a little bit shorter so I can get them out faster. I appreciate the love and take care.